Time now for the Muletrain news program on this Wednesday, February the 26th, 2025. Brought to you today by Liles Mexican Restaurant. This is Alice Liles writing her obituary for her husband, Bill Liles. She writes, my husband, Bill Liles, 81, passed away peacefully in our home Sunday, February 23rd here in Muleshoe. I'll add in that the memorial service for Bill will be Saturday, March the 1st at 11 a.m. here in Muleshoe at the Muleshoe Methodist Church, 507 West 2nd Street, with Dr. Stacy Connor and the Reverend Dave Maccabee officiating. Bill was born December the 4th, 1943 in Amarillo to Bill Liles and Eloise Liles Koska, both deceased. He married me, Alice Graves, in Rosenberg, Texas on September the 4th, 1965. Bill was born in Amarillo and divided his childhood to time spent in Fort Smith, Arkansas, and right around here in the Farwell area. Then in the summers during his teenage years, he built bridges and overpasses in Arkansas and Oklahoma with his uncle Stanley Barber. He graduated high school in Harlingen and began college at Texas A&I University, now Texas A&M University, Kingsville, where we were both taking ag classes. In 1967, we transferred to Texas A&M University in College Station, where I changed majors. He did not, and graduated with a BS in agricultural economics. While I moved into education, we both graduated in 1969 with a BS in agricultural economics. While I moved into education, we both graduated in 1969. While at A&M, Bill served in the Army National Guard as a paratrooper on call from 1968 to 1974. After graduation, we moved to Bastrop. We moved to Rocheron, Texas, where Bill managed a fishing resort briefly before managing a ranch in Greenwood, Arkansas for Uncle Stanley. That didn't last long either, and we moved to Edna in the snow, pulling a horse trailer and 2 horses, 2 kids, cats, dogs, and tropical fish to be assistant manager of the Federal Land Bank Association, now Capital Farm Credit, in Edna. Then we moved to Muleshoe in 1980 when he became the manager of the Land Bank office here when Ernest Kerr retired. I've been told by many people that he was instrumental in helping them purchase land and be successful landowners. Those horses and more cats and dogs came with us to Muleshoe, so animals have always been a part of his family. He wasn't crazy about my black mare. He would frown at her. She would back her ears at him, but they tolerated each other for me. Bill was active in the Rotary Club and always helped with putting out the flags and the annual team roping weekend the club sponsored. When he coached in the Little League program, he kept the fields clean and mowed. He played golf, supported the Muleshoe Mules, served on the hospital board, and was an active member of the Methodist Church. He worked in an office but always had something going on outside, building a greenhouse for me, working on the yard, tinkering with stuff, always trying to come up with a better way of doing things. He traveled often to Austin for land bank meetings. About the time I decided I needed a big cactus garden, he saw big rocks going to waste in ranchers' pastures and encouraged me to stop and see if anyone would like to get rid of some of those rocks. I did, and more times than I can count now, we hauled trailer loads of rocks back from the hill country for my garden. One year, my Valentine's present was even a trip to Coleman for a load of rocks, and he was always willing to roll those rocks around just where I wanted them placed and help me add landscape interest like rusty stuff and cedar posts, entrance arches. He thought up ways to help me protect some plants from frost damage and build a big box with a tarp on top for an agave. He always did nice things for me, like the addition to the house for a room-sized closet. When he retired in 2001, Bill tried his hand at raising a few cattle, but gave that up and planted 180 pecan trees to keep him busy. Another of his pastimes after he retired was going to coffee every morning at McDonald's. I suspect politics, the world's problems, and football issues were regularly solved whenever they weren't all trying to remember someone's name when a story needed to be told. But he always had an opinion and had no trouble letting anyone know how things should be, which meant that sometimes he was sort of a pain in the rear. Bill always enjoyed time with his kids, grandkids, and great-granddaughter. We made trips to Disneyland, Disney World, New York, Washington, D.C., Alaska, South Padre Island, not for us, but for the kids. He built playhouses, made a seesaw, put up trampolines, took them snow skiing, water skiing, to the beach, anything he thought they needed to do, and gave unsolicited advice when he thought they needed it. He loved football. He bled maroon and would scare the dogs to death whenever the Aggies played badly, which seemed to happen way too often. There was much yelling at the coaches and players that might not be playing or coaching to suit him as he watched the games on TV. Once, when he was watching an SEC football game, I asked him what they talked about when football season was over. He looked at me quietly, surprised I would ask him such a silly question, and without cracking a smile, said football, and that was that. Bill is survived by me, Alice, our daughter Caroline Cron, and her husband Neil of Clovis, our son A.J. Liles and his wife Erin of Kyle, grandchildren Colton Harris of Clovis, Maya Liles, and Ben Liles of Kyle, step-grandchildren Callie and Ty Cron of Lubbock, Corbin Cron and his fiancee Avi Ivanoff of Clovis, 2 dogs he loved, 1 cat he liked, and the newest love of his life, great-granddaughter Lakin Harris of Clovis. In lieu of flowers, the family suggests memorials be sent to the Texas Boys and Girls Ranch, P.O. Box 5665, Lubbock, Texas 79408, or the Ministerial Alliance of Bailey County, Christmas in Muleshoe at Happy State Bank. And repeating, memorial service for Bill Liles, 81 of Muleshoe, is scheduled for this Saturday, March 1st at 11 a.m. that morning at the Muleshoe Methodist Church, with Dr. Stacey Connor officiating and assisted by Reverend Dave Maccabee. I did talk to Mrs. Liles over the past several days, and she called last night, and we are going to try to live stream Bill's funeral on Saturday morning through Gillam Advertising, which we have never done from the Methodist Church, but there's a first for everything. So later today and tomorrow I'll start going up and setting up and testing and making sure that we will be able to do that. But if not, we'll do a delayed broadcast, so look for that if our live stream. But look for the live stream 11 a.m. on Saturday morning if you can't make it in person to celebrate the life of Bill Liles. He will be missed. Please keep Alice and all of the family on your prayer list today. Belinda K. Steinbock, 62 of Maple, died Sunday, February 23rd in Lubbock. Service will be graveside at the Morton Memorial Cemetery Friday, February 28th at 11 a.m. in Morton. She was born March the 26th, 1962 in Muleshoe to Homer and Doris Hannah Richardson. Belinda graced this world with her radiant presence, a beacon of God's love and a testament to a life lived with unwavering devotion to family, faith, and service. A loving wife, devoted mother, cherished grandmother, TT. Her heart overflowed with boundless affection, creating a legacy of warmth and unwavering support. For over 3 decades, Belinda shaped the minds and touched the lives of countless students as a dedicated teacher, imparting not only knowledge but also the values of kindness and perseverance. Her passion for nurturing extended beyond the classroom, where she was also served as a spirited coach in cheerleading, cross-country, track, and basketball, inspiring young athletes and to reach their full potential. Belinda's love for all creatures, great and small, was a defining characteristic. Her heart resonated with the gentle spirit of horses and miniature donkeys, the playful antics of dogs and cats, and delicate beauty of hummingbirds. She found solace and joy in their company, reflecting her deep appreciation for their natural world. A master in the kitchen, Belinda delighted in preparing meals that nourished both body and soul. Her generosity knew no bounds, and she found immense joy in giving to others, whether through a thoughtful gift, a helping hand, or simply a listening ear. Her beautiful spirit shone brightly, guiding those around her with wisdom and compassion. Belinda's life was a testament to the power of love, faith, and selfless service, leaving an inedible mark on all who were fortunate enough to know her. Belinda is preceded in death by her parents, a sister, Connie Simpson, a brother, Ronnie Richardson. She is survived by her son, Brock Steinbock, and his wife, Gina, of Miles, Texas, two daughters, Montana Singer, and husband, Michael, of Lorton, Virginia, Mariah Steinbock and Brittany McGuire of Abilene, Charleston Steinbock, and three grandchildren, Jay Singer, Abrielle Singer, and Trip Steinbock. The family suggests memorials be sent to Camp Abel of Buffalo Gap, P.O. Box 695, Buffalo Gap, Texas 79508, or the Haven Animal Care Shelter, 4501 North Farm to Market Road, 1729, Lubbock, Texas 79403. And repeating, graveside service for Belinda K. Steinbock, 62 of Maple, will be held on Friday, February the 28th at 11 a.m. at the Morton Memorial Cemetery. Please keep this family on your prayer list today, the Steinbock family. James Jim Robert Berry, 88 of Farwell, passed away peacefully on February the 22nd in Clovis. His service will be Thursday, February the 27th at 11 a.m. Tomorrow at the First Baptist Church in Farwell, and burial will follow in the Sunset Terrace Memorial Cemetery there in Farwell around the noon hour. Jim Berry was born May the 26th, 1936 in Crosbyton to Cecil and Irene Henderson Berry. He married Patsy Fairs in Lubbock on September the 5th, 1958. Jim was a graduate of Texas Tech University and was an avid fan. He was a Red Raider and proudly flew the colors with his attire and expected his circle to company. He was a CPA for 61 years and practiced in Farwell until moving to Lubbock. Jim served as a deacon at First Baptist Church Farwell, where he was a member. He was also a member of the Rotary Club and served on the Farwell City Council, Farwell Hospital District, Farwell Country Club as president, and he received Farwell Man of the Year award as well. Jim served in his community with friends, clients, and family through his wisdom, love, and encouragement. He was a man of integrity and provided strength for all those around him. Jim exemplified determination. His family can attest to his strong desire to win in any sport, but demonstrated and taught how to use those same skills to never give up at anything they did. Jim's 1 o'clock tea time with his buddies has moved to heavenly places. Jim will be deeply missed, but his memory will live on through all those lives he touched. He was preceded in death by his wife, Patsy, his parents, three sisters, Helen Bond, Frances Copeland, and Betty Daniel, four brothers, Donnie Berry, Pat Berry, Glenn Berry, and Marshall Berry, and one son-in-law, Royce Bethel. Jim is survived by his three fortunate daughters, Jamie Bethel and Doyle Ford of Farwell, Jana Pitcock and her husband Randy of Farwell, and Janine Jesko and her husband Terry of Lasbuddy. He was blessed with 7 grandchildren: Shelley Bethel, Jamie Bethel, Ryan Roberts, Mindy Thornton and her husband Toby, Kel Jesko and his wife Stephanie, Jared Jesko and Lacey Lennon and her husband Dustin, and 11 adorable great-grandchildren: Aubrey, Delaney, Broxton, Ainsley, Carson, Juna, Boston, Graham, CJ, Liam, and Dennis. The family suggests memorials be sent to Here I Am Here I am, send me ministering to kids through sports, P.O. Box 396, Farwell, Texas 79325, or created with a purpose, West Texas, P.O. Box 190, Bovina, Texas 79009. And repeating, church service for Jim Berry is set for tomorrow, Thursday, February 27th at 11 a.m. at the Farwell Baptist Church, and burial will follow in the Sunset Terrace Memorial Cemetery in Farwell. Please keep the Berry family on your prayer list today. Well, make sure to head to our front page at muleshoetv.com of our website, and we have a special session meeting of the MISD Board of Trustees where the president, Ashley Turnbow, and the superintendent, Dr. R.L. Richards, along with all the other board there, agreed to a contract with a brand new MISD athletic director, head football coach. And they said they had 65 applicants for the position, and they did 7 in-person interviews for our new athletic director. But you can see that special session in its entirety, and then afterwards, a question and answer session that some of the press and I did with the new athletic director. He is Bo Dickinson, and comes to Muleshoe from Borger, where he has been the offensive coordinator there for the Borger football team. And he's bringing along, of course, his wife, Jessica Dickinson, and she agreed to a contract. She will teach math at Muleshoe High School. And Bo is a graduate of Canadian High School. He's young, and he is energetic and very personable, and we wish him the very best. And, of course, call on us anytime here at Channel 6, KLM Advertising, for help. But you can see that full video on the front page of our website, muleshoetv.com. Also, they'll bring along Holton, their 4-year-old son. Again, Bo Dickinson is the new MISD athletic director and head football coach for next year for the Muleshoe Mules. And Dr. Richards texted me the other day and said they are already here and settled and working in Muleshoe. So congratulations and good luck, and welcome to Muleshoe, new MISD athletic director Bo Dickinson. See that on video on the front page of our website, muleshoetv.com. We also were up at school earlier in the month as we did the 5th grade dribbling exercises at the halftime of the Mules' last varsity basketball game. And that is our Meet Your Neighbor for February, brought to you by United Supermarkets. Thanks so much to Rebecca Sanchez, the Shazo PE teacher, for inviting us to come film the 5th grade dribbling exercises. That on the front page right next to our Bo Dickinson video as well. Well, Susan White, the DeShazo music teacher, notified us that the 4th grade patriotic music program, American Song, will be performed at the Carrie Mora Auditorium at MHS on Thursday, March the 6th at 1:45 p.m. So mark that on your calendar if you can't make it. We will be there to film it in its entirety, and that will be our Meet Your Neighbor for March. Again, the 4th grade patriotic musical program, American Song, will be performed at the MHS Carrie Mora Auditorium Thursday, March the 6th at 1:45 p.m. Thanks so much to Susan White, the DeShazo music teacher, for inviting us to that program. We'll be back with more Muletrain news in just a few moments, so please do stay tuned. This edition of the Muletrain is brought to you today by Liles Mexican Restaurant, and Victor and Debbie and Kika and all their employees, their great staff there at the original Liles, 1010 West American Boulevard. Remind you that they now have a new bar with many selections of beer, along with some great margarita mixed drink types available, fresh and perfect to go with your fresh Mexican food plate, now at Liles right here in Muleshoe. Also, they remind you that every Saturday evening At Liles, they have live music, so come and enjoy live music and Mexican food. Also, they are now once again open on Sundays. Every Sunday they're open again, 11 a.m. till 3 p.m. So go and enjoy church and then come eat Liles, the original, right here in Muleshoe. Sundays, 11 a.m. till 3 p.m. They're open again at Liles, 1010 West American Boulevard. Everyone is welcome. Well, the Muleshoe Area Hospital District, Muleshoe Area Medical Center, is proud to announce they have a new clinical services personnel director, Liz Chavez, at the hospital, and they are so glad that her smiling face and generous personality joins them at the hospital. You know Liz, as she's spent many, many years as a pharmacy tech at United Supermarkets and is coming to work at now the clinical service personnel director, new at the Muleshoe Area Medical Center, Liz Chavez. Congratulate her, and we are so glad to announce that she has joined our local hospital. Congratulations to Liz Chavez. Well, looking at our weather forecast, it has done a totally 190-degree turn from last week. As Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday last week, we never got anywhere near breaking through and getting warmer than the freezing mark. As Tuesday, the high was 22 and the low was 6. Last week, this is March 19th, March 20th, the high was only 20 degrees. The low was 7. And then Thursday, March the 21st, we got to 29 degrees and a low of 7. But we warmed up in through the weekend, and boy, by Sunday, it felt like spring. The last 2 days, our high has been at 80 degrees. Both days, both Monday and Tuesday, the high was 68 on Sunday. It was just a beautiful day, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Calm weather. In fact, yesterday on Tuesday, the high was 80. The low was only 35, so it didn't even get below freezing yesterday or this morning. So our temperature and weather is certainly swinging now to look more like a spring weather. But, of course, I'm sure we'll have another cold snap as we head into March at the end of this week. Looking at the forecast for the rest of today on Wednesday for Muleshoe, high around 62. We are going to have some breezy conditions today with the northeast winds between 20 and 25 miles per hour. A chance of sprinkles tonight. Imagine that. Increasing clouds with a low around 35. Northeast winds 15 to 20 miles per hour, decreasing to 5 to 10 miles per hour after midnight tonight. Thursday, cloudy with in the mid-morning, then gradually clearing, high around 61 degrees. So today and tomorrow will be a little bit cooler. As I said, our high has been in the 80s the last 2 days, but our high will be in the low 60s today and tomorrow. North winds 5 to 10 miles per hour tomorrow, becoming southeast in the afternoon hours for Thursday. Thursday night mostly cleared, low around 30. Sunny on Friday, high near 69 degrees. West-southwest winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. Friday night mostly clear, low around 31. With the west-southwest wind 5 to 10 miles per hour to end out February. Saturday, March 1st, mostly sunny, high near 72 degrees, so even warmer. West-northwest winds 5 to 15 miles per hour, becoming east-southeast in the morning. Saturday night, a 30% chance of showers, mainly after midnight, partly cloudy, low around 39, southeast winds around 15 miles per hour. Sunday, a 20% chance of showers before noon, mostly sunny, high near 67 degrees. South winds 15 to 20 miles per hour, becoming west Sunday afternoon. Sunday night, mostly clear, low around 38. Monday, mostly sunny, high near 72. Monday night, partly cloudy, low around 37. Sunny on Tuesday, high near 62. And breezy, and that's the weather forecast for the next 7 days for the Muleshoe area. Looks like a pretty nice and warm, no cold snaps in that 7-day forecast, and a very slight chance of rain over the weekend, so we'll see what we get. Well, back to some school news. There is a noon half-day early release going on in all the campuses today, and then parent-teacher conferences this afternoon and evening, so be aware of that. Beginning tomorrow through Saturday, the Varsity Lady Mules will be in action, in softball action, at the Floydada tournament, so good luck to them. The Varsity Mules basketball will play on Thursday at 11:30 in the morning, Cress at Seminole. Then there will also be on Thursday, February 27th, the regional powerlifting meet for the girls powerlifters will be in Big Spring beginning at 1 o'clock on Thursday. There will be solo and ensemble competitions for the band students in Abernathy all day on Friday, February 28th. Varsity baseball will be playing Alpine at Denver City on Friday as well. That begins at 11:30 a.m. And then there will be a track meet Friday as well. JV and Varsity Mules and Lady Mules will be in Denver City in a big track meet. Then baseball will take on La Mesa at Seminole. And so good luck to all our mules and lady mules as they are in lots of action over these next 3 days. Also going on at the school, there will be a retirement reception for Noemi Mora. That will be tomorrow on Thursday, February 27th from 3 until 5 at the MISD boardroom. So congratulations on your retirement, Noemi Mora. She's worked many jobs in the Muleshoe schools and always wonderful to work with, and she is retiring as she has been the last couple years working in the administration office with the superintendent. So a big congratulations and happy retirement. Her retirement reception for Noemi Mora will be Thursday, February 27th, 3 until 5 p.m. in the MISD boardroom. Congratulations to Noemi. Lots of good news coming out of the Muleshoe Heritage Foundation, as I have been contacted to do a big project for them, and then also asked to be on a subcommittee of the main board, and we'll talk about that here in just a second. But the board of directors at the Muleshoe Heritage Foundation are Nick Bammert is the president, Sheila Stevenson is the vice president, Rhonda Myers is the treasurer, and Vicki Birch is the secretary for the board of directors there at the Senior Center. And some of the things that they have coming up in the very near future is the Muletrain 2024, the 2024 Derby Ball is scheduled for May the 3rd. It's $150 per person at the Desert Rose. Also, earlier that same day on May the 3rd, we'll be putting on an SCAC bake auction honoring Megan Reynolds in her memory, of course, for many years, for 30 years about, we had bake auctions here on Channel 6, the SCAC put on, and all the money raised from that went to the Muleshoe Heritage Center each year. Also, right before that, they will have a big Easter egg hunt scheduled for April the 19th at the Muleshoe Heritage Center, and much, much more on their calendar. But look for all that coming up here in the spring. That Derby Ball and the SCAC Bake Sale honoring Megan Reynolds all will be May the 3rd, and look for that here in the 1st of May. We also noticed they had a nice new security system in place at the Heritage Center, and that was donated by 5 Area Connect, and that's a nice addition out there to the Senior Center. But we'll have lots more good news coming from the Muleshoe Heritage Foundation in the coming weeks and months here on the Muletrain News, so make sure and listen for that. Well, on your prayer list today, please remember Gabby Stone and Bert and Larry Combs, Julie Cage, Tyrone Clements, John Blackwell, Cliff Black, Olivia Barrera, Betty Noble, Joe Jinks, Ed and Carol Cox, Dorothy Wire. Remember Melba Keem on your prayer list today. Emily Bomer Towson, Dave Brown, James Byers. Kenneth Henry needs to be on your prayer list today. Betty Freeman, Marge Palman, Carol Ring, Colleen Saylor, Janice Snell, Gail Wilcox, Janie Carpenter needs to be on your prayer list today, and Joseph Carpenter, Darlene Henry, Marlene McDonald, Linda Lutz, Jesse Tarango, Kathy Richards, and keep on your prayer list today the family of those who've recently grieving the recent loss of a loved one, including a family of Bill Liles and Belinda Steinbock, the family of Jim Berry, the family of Santos Canales Solis, the family of Lily Ellison Christian, the family of Bobby Turner, the family of Rosemarie Buckner, the family of Maria R. Alvarado, and the family of Sammy Simpson. Well, it's just about time for us to go on this edition of the Muletrain News, brought to you today by Liles Mexican Restaurant. You can hear our latest Muletrain News program, available free of charge on demand on our website, along with all our older archived ones. MuleshoeTV.com. Click on the Muletrain News link at the top center of the page.
This is Tumbleweed Smith. Darren Peterson entertains in many ways. Details in a moment on The Sound of Texas.
The Sound of Texas is brought to you here on MuleshoeTV.com by Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, with offices in Muleshoe at 610 East American Boulevard, as well as in Morton at 1744 State Highway 114. They're celebrating rural electrification right here in the Muleshoe area through Bailey County Electric since 1939. They are owned by the members that they serve. Call 806-272-4504. Check them out online at BCEC. COOP.com. The board of directors, the members, the employees, the manager, CEO David Markle, all hope you enjoy this Sound of Texas with Tumbleweed Smith.
Darren Peterson of Austin rides a unicycle.
The number one most important thing to learning to ride a unicycle is procuring a unicycle. And then after that, it's just get on it until you stop falling off. And sadly, you never stop falling off. People tell me, don't fall off, and I tell them, if you're not falling, you're not having enough fun.
He does other things.
Do rope tricks, yo-yo tricks, rollabola, giant bubbles, storytelling, do some stand-up comedy, unicycle basketball, unicycle football. There's some leagues getting started here in Central Texas, and then bicycle polo.
He has dogs and a pet parrot named Lauren McCaw. One of his dogs is named Chicken Dog, who has won Frisbee dog competitions and does dance routines with Darren.
When I got her, she was scared of everything. I was her sixth owner, and I would just call her a big chicken while I was petting her head, and she just came to love the word chickens.
Darren is a former high school math teacher and math book editor who started entertaining 12 years ago. He has appeared on Donnie and Marie, Animal Planet, and the David Letterman Show.
Yeah, I was getting on TV shows quite a bit, thinking that that would be like good exposure, but the reality is it's a lot of effort. You know, every time it's like 3 days out of your life. You get like a 3-minute segment, so it's hard to like really get a good presentation.
He learned how to juggle when he was a small boy. He juggles everything from tennis balls to torches.
I went to a family reunion. I was 8 years old, and my cousin was like 13, and she'd learned to juggle, and she was teaching my other cousins how to juggle, and she told me that I was too young to learn how to juggle. And 2 days later, I went home and taught myself to juggle.
Darren taught himself how to play the accordion. Darren Peterson of Austin joined the circus for a while and says that was a good learning experience. If you Google Chicken Dog, you can see Darren in action. I'm Tumbleweed Smith. with the sound of Texas.